And welcome back to Hannity. Joining us in studio tonight for our Great American panel, former Clinton pollster Bernard Whitman, Fox News contributor Jedediah Bila, and from Concerned Vets for America, Amber Barno is with us. Good to see you. Happy New Year, all.
Happy New Year.
All looking pretty good. All right, Ed Henry asked the question earlier today of Jay Carney, who's going to pay for the First Lady's solo flight home? She does this all the time. They have separate flights to Nantucket, separate flights home, separate vacations. You know, American people are suffering. Is this appropriate? Watch the showdown today.
First Lady stayed behind in Hawaii, and the White House said that that was an early birthday present from the president. Does that mean he's paying for the flight back, or taxpayers?
As with all personal travel, the First Family will appropriately fund personal expenses, Ed, and in line with travel of past presidents and First Ladies, the First Lady will travel via a government aircraft. But you're accurate in your description that this was her decision to remain at actually the president's suggestion in Hawaii to spend time with friends ahead of her upcoming very big birthday. And you know, if you have kids, you know that telling your spouse that they can go spend a week away from home is actually a big present.
All right, Bernard, this is the third time. Separate trips. He goes to Florida, she goes skiing with the kids. Fine, understand. Separate trips to Nantucket. He goes, she goes. He comes back, she comes back. Now they go to Hawaii. She goes, he goes, she comes back, he comes back. Why can't they arrange their schedule and not, wait a minute, not burden the American people in paying twice?
But this makes for good politics, makes for good TV, but it happens in every single administration.
Name another one.
George W. Bush was the vacationer-in-chief. He took 800 and something vacation days.
No, he did not.
So you're going to quibble here,
he
quibble
worked
there.
in his own house in Texas. That's not the same.
I think work would be a more appropriate way to describe what George Bush did.
Listen,
Crawford.
The country was a lot better off.
I think it's really easy to spend someone else's money is the bottom line, and that's our money that they're talking about. Yeah, would it be better? Would it be more efficient for them to do it in such a way that doesn't cost taxpayers extra money? Sure. Do they feel obligated to do so? No. And what's this mention of Bush? So if President Bush had done that, does that make it okay? Why can't we criticize
every administration?
Why can't we criticize this administration without someone else saying, well, Bush did it? Well, Bush isn't president.
No, let me help Bernard out. It's year 6. Get over it. Bush is gone now.
It's taken a long time to get over what he did to this country.
Okay, get over it. Grow up. Yes.
No, this is the First Family of luxurious vacations, and the American taxpayers are sick of footing the bill, whether it's shopping trips to Europe or Africa or now to Hawaii nonstop. They don't want to be paying for these outlandish vacations anymore. Listen,
maybe we can get a vacation paid for, but Americans are suffering. It seems to me that there's a certain out-of-touchness here.
Yeah.
You got 1 in 6 Americans in poverty. His policies haven't helped make anyone better. There's been no Obama recovery. We have the lowest participation rate in the job market in decades in this country.
And the greatest growth in the economy that we've seen.
And the greatest deficits America. He's going to double the deficit.
How's your stock portfolio? Did it go up 27% last year?
I don't have much money in stocks like you.
You're going to talk about, what about all the people that left the labor force? What about the fact that that's the only reason, one of the only reasons that
how many poor people have stocks? How many poor people do you know? How many unemployed people have stocks?
The fact of the matter is the economy is finally growing. Is it growing enough? Absolutely not. But are we much better off because of the stimulus back?
And how much money
$15 trillion worth of debt that he refuses to acknowledge and
I'm sorry, the debt went down by the largest percentage as a portion of GDP last year than it did.
It was $650 billion. What world are you living in?
The amount of money that we pumped into this economy by way of stimulus, you're going to argue that that money fueled a recovery that you can actually call a recovery?
You've actually hit on the truth.
You think that that's the recovery? The number of people that have left the labor force, what the unemployment numbers look like, the Obamacare implications. This looks like a recovery to you? Come on.